Welcome again to our Monday 15 minutes podcast. Remember, we started this series of teaching exactly 2 weeks ago. But do you know what? We have had 6 episodes on the subject, As a Man Thinketh. Now, I will not be able to run through what we have said in 6 episodes in 2 weeks. So I want you to subscribe to my YouTube right now. Press on subscription button. The bell comes out. Press on the bell. Press on the bell. And then you are a subscriber. It is essential you press on the bell. You know why? Because every time the podcast is ready, YouTube will always send you a notification. And then after your busy day schedule, then you can always catch up on this series of teaching. Now, we're teaching on a series which I call As a Man Thinketh. Now, I told you there are 2 sides to the coin. Now, Proverbs 23 said in that our text that we read from a King James version, it said, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." Now that's talking to the man who had invited me to a meal, because we read from verse 6. Easy to read version says, "Don't eat with selfish people. Control any desire you have for their finest fruits." That is an advice to me. It's not advising the man. He said, "They might tell you to eat and drink all you want, but they don't really mean it." He said they are the kind of people who are always thinking about the cost. And if you eat their food, you will get sick and be embarrassed. Now that is an advice to me. That is an advice to me. But before I got to that place, I said to you that in verse 6, King James Version, Solomon said, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." In other words, his thought life is affecting his physical life. That's why I say, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he in physical life. So he himself is being affected, because he said, "If I eat his food, I will throw off." Now listen to me. It's not something that happens to a physical eye. The fact that you eat and they say you throw off does not mean that after you finish eating you go and vomit. No. It's you need to understand it spiritually. What it means is this: you have eaten from his table, but listen to me, in the spiritual life you are vomiting it. And if a man eats in physical life and in spiritual life is vomiting the food, it means that in physical life you won't grow fat. You won't grow fat. So a stingy man, he's losing weight in physical life because his thought life is wrong. Now, but when I now told you that, but Solomon was not writing to a stingy man. Solomon was writing to me, that I found myself into the environment where the stingy man is. So he now said, the stingy man's thought life will affect me because I found myself in his environment. Now, meaning that a stingy man's life will affect his business. A stingy man's life will affect his bank account. A stingy man's life will affect people in his house. A stingy man's life will affect everybody who is in his environment. Now, meaning that your thought life does not only affect you, it affects everything about you. So, I've explained to you the difference between your thinking life, your thinking in your head, and thinking in your heart. So negative thinkers just don't become only what they think in their own hearts. No, you become what they think in their hearts too. If you hang around them for a very long time, or when you associate with them for a very long time, And so is everything around them. Even economically, and especially when they consider the fact that words are containers. And they contain spirits, according to Jesus in John 6:63. So I said to you, listen to me, there's nothing wrong in you thinking about what it will cost you to produce a meal. There's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead, cost it, know what you are spending. Are you listening to me now? But listen to me, when you begin to discuss what it costs you to produce meal, when you are always talking about what it costs you to produce anything, the food you eat in your house, the clothes you wear, the car you wear, the house you live in. Listen to me, when you begin to go on the negative talk, that is where the danger is. That is where the danger is. That is where the danger is. Please, stop seeing the cup half empty. Begin to see the cup half full. Stop saying things are expensive. Begin to tell yourself that they are affordable. I know the economy is bad. Everybody is saying things are expensive. No. Begin to use the language, they are affordable. They are affordable. You know why? Spiritually again, words are containers. Words are containers. Jesus explained that in John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. They are spirit and they are life. Words are containers. Words are containers. There is no any word that you speak that is empty. Words are container. When you say things are expensive, you are releasing spirits that makes things to become expensive around you. Listen to me. Even if people know where to buy cheap things, you will never locate them. This spirit will always guide you to where things are expensive because you kept saying it. Things are expensive. The words, John 6:63, the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Hallelujah. They are spirit and they are life. Contemporary English version put it this way: the spirit is the one who gives life. Human strength can do nothing. Nothing. Human strength can do nothing. The word that I have spoken to you are from the life-giving spirit. Are from the life-giving spirit. Are from the life-giving spirit. Words contain both life and death, depending on the source, according to Christ, from above scriptures. Though your invitee may be asking you to eat more and more food, according to that Proverbs 23:7-8 that says, people like that take note of how much you eat. They take note. They say, take all you want, but they don't mean it. Each bite will come back up, and all your kind words will be wasted. That's how contemporary English version put it. That's how contemporary English put that Proverbs 23:7-8. Say, people like that take note of how much you eat. They say, take all you want, but they don't mean it. Each bite will come back up, and all your kind word will be wasted. Like the Bible said, like the Bible said, once they don't mean it, the word spoken become sickness-giving spirit that will make you vomit whatever you eat, or make you sick, or become nausea. Thoughts are containers because they manifest themselves as words with times, and they carry spirits, according to the words of Christ in that John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profited nothing. The word that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Thought works also positively and not just negatively. If people begin to think increase or abundance or success, everyone and everything around them will begin to increase or multiply or succeed and enlarge also. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so is everything and everyone around him. Because words which are products of thoughts are containers, and they carry spirits which are unseen forces to the naked eyes. Hallelujah. Now, you need to get that words are products of thoughts. When words become dominant thoughts, they become your dominant words. Now listen to me. When you speak words, you are releasing spirits. That is why Proverbs 4:20, 21, 22 says this. Proverbs 4:20 says, my son, attend to my words. Incline thy ears unto my saying. Let them not depart out of thy eyes, for they are life, but keep them in the midst of their heart. For they are life unto them that find it, and meat and health to all their flesh. So words can make your flesh heavy. Words can make you sick. You know why? Because words are containers. Words contain spirits. So when you hang around somebody who is always speaking stingy, who is always grumbling about cost of things, cost of material things, cost of this, cost of that, do you know what? Like I said, it will not only shrink things around them. If you enter into that atmosphere, it will affect you. If you hang around them, it will begin to happen in your life. It will begin to affect things. That is when you are connected. If you are connected to their resources, you are automatically connected to their mouth. That's why, listen to me. There are some people you ask. I used to have a friend that when people ask him for things, I've been there one time, somebody called him and he refused to pick the call. And then what I heard him said changed my relationship with him. He refused to pick the call. And I said, why are you not picking the call? He said, no. These people, they'll just be disturbing you. Well, actually, I used to also ask him for financial assistance. But do you know what? I stopped it when I got this understanding. How? You know what? Meaning that, because he used to reject my own calls too. I said, but I've been calling you. Why is it that all the while you are not picking my call? Sometimes he would tell me, say, just send me a text. Now I got the message. So when I understood this, I discovered that, listen to me, if you are not careful, listen to me, whatever they give to you will not produce anything meaningful in your life. Because do you know what? Their words follow their given. And do you know what? Their given is already wrong because their thought life is wrong. So if such person gives you ₦1 million, let me tell you, you will not produce anything meaningful with that money. You will not produce anything meaningful with that money. So you should also be careful who you ask for assistance. If it's not coming out of pure heart, you will not do anything meaningful with that money. You will not do anything meaningful with that money. So changing people does not only affect their own lives negatively, they will affect your own life also negatively. Because listen to me, words are spirit. So I just run out of time right now. But you see, I'm not out of series. I'm going to be here again on Wednesday. continue this series, and then by Friday we're going to be running up. So for me here, I want to tell you that Jesus is Christ is Lord. I will see you in our Wednesday 15 minutes podcast.